Welcome. What you see me working on here is something basic, a nice kind of a starting drawing that we're going to do to get this year going. I venture to say most of you guys haven't been very creative, nor have you probably picked up a pencil or pen in months. And this is going to be just something nice that we can kind of get this thing started, hopefully get the creative juices, get some good art out of you guys this year. So what you're kind of seeing me do right now is I'm just kind of working on a drawing, obviously using the name, my last name, the letters from my last name, which is right here, Powell, P-O-W-E-L-L. I've got my P-O-W-E-L and L, and I've also got it kind of hidden along the neck of the guitar and as the plug-in of the guitar. Okay, now what I'm doing right now, I'm going to kind of walk you guys through a way to go about this throughout this video, and then I'm going to kind of talk to you about what you can use. Okay, so as you guys know right now, I'm going the classic number 2 pencil on a white sheet of paper. I know that may not be an option for everyone sitting here watching this video right now, especially if you're a remote student. You know, sometimes people, we're in a digital world. Some people just don't keep pencil and paper around. That's fine. You may need to find some with, if you don't have a pencil, if you can find, if you guys can find a marker, that'll work great. Ink pen, blue ink pen, black ink pen, green ink pen, who cares? That'll work. That'll be great. Okay, can't find that? Colored pencil. Colored pencils work fine. Crayons. I could tell you right now, I've got a 7-year-old at home, and if any couch cushion that I own, I can probably take off and find 1 or 2 of these. Okay, charcoal pencils, sidewalk chalk, anything you got. Those are all great mediums to use to create art. Well, and like I said, not everybody has white paper. Well, use what you got. Sometimes you're going to have the good old classic blue line paper. Fine, that's great. Let's draw on it. Okay, if that doesn't work, sometimes people have construction paper laying around. Hey, construction paper works. Sometimes you don't have that, you can draw on a cardboard. All right, we can draw on cardboard. We can erase from cardboard all day long. Okay, that doesn't work. I know you guys probably have envelopes laying around. Yeah, I know you've gotten a letter from Marion Unit 2 somewhere along the line. Flip it over. Let's draw on this side. Okay. Hey, I'm sure you guys probably know where presents are hidden Christmas time or something like that in your house. Get you a piece of wrapping paper, flip it over. These are great. You can draw on this all day long. It's got these little grids on here that helps you out. Proportion. I know a lot of people have done work on their homes, apartments, etc. while they've been off during this quarantine. Hey, get you a piece of wood. I got wood laying around the house. This stuff you can draw and erase on wood just like it was paper. Hey, let's get that out of here. All right. Hey, you got some paneling around the house. Aunt Lulu may have some sheets of paneling lay around out in the garage. Get you a piece, cut it off. You can draw on it, erase on it just like it's paper. Okay. I mentioned sidewalk chalk. I know at my house we keep some around. My son likes to draw on the driveway. He likes to draw on the sidewalk, things like that. Hey, you're going to be able to take a picture of this and send this to me. Now, that's a video that we'll talk about later on in the week, but since you have your devices, you can draw on whatever you want, take a picture and turn it in. Okay, so that's kind of how we're going to go about this. Now, by saying that, I've given you different options on mediums, how to put your art down, what to put it on. Find something. Okay, now by saying that, a lot of times with young art students, the hardest thing is getting started, staring at a blank sheet of paper. Okay, and that's not something I want you to do. That's the most intimidating thing for a lot of my beginning artists. They just don't know where to start, but once they get started, most of them roll on pretty good. So what I'm going to do is if you can't find a way that you want to go about this, or you're just clueless on how to start, I'm going to give you 4 different examples on how to start this. Okay, if you have an idea of your own and you want to use it, great. All right, if you want to use one of mine, fine. If you want to take 2 or 3 of them and combine them together, even better. All right, so the first one I'm going to show you, and in a second video after this one, you'll see on the classwork there, there's going to be a video labeled student artwork examples. Those are examples that students I've had students do in my class over the years, so you can take a look at those also. Okay, first example, the most basic one, patterns. All right, if you don't know how to draw lettering, hey, that's fine, not a big deal. I used this example before where if you want to do some block lettering, any type of lettering, just draw the lettering out, print it. That's going to be your skeleton. I'm going to draw around my skeleton. Put in my window there. And if I had a better eraser, you could see me erase the skeleton. And voila. Okay? Or let's just say we'll shade it in to make it work. Okay? So that will work for any letter. And I should have grabbed a good eraser, huh? All right, so even if I was going to do the letter Q, all right, I got to draw around. Okay, erase your skeleton, and you're going to have a letter. Okay, hey, if you want to go to Google Images, go to Google, type in the word font, type in lettering. You know, there's thousands upon millions of different types of lettering out there to look at. Go to Google Docs, type out your name, highlight it, pull up all the different fonts. If you see some cool lettering you want to use it. Okay, it's called visual reference. This one, very basic. I did some block lettering. I filled each letter with a different pattern. You know, you've got stripe here, polka dot, chevron. We've got plaid, rainbow, and stars. You know, any item drawn many times as a pattern. Okay, so stars count. I could flip-flop that. I could fill the background full of patterns and just have the letters. I could have patterns in the letters and patterns in the background. So it just depends on how you want to go about this. Patterns is a good, easy way to start this. If patterns aren't your style and you want to try something different, another good way to go about this is using your letters to build a shape. Okay, so we use letters of my name, just built a basic football shape here. Hey, a lot of times if you just sketch out the shape, then you just kind of fit your letters in there however they're going to fit. Okay, same way, obviously not a very good one, but that's a Nike swoosh. Okay, you could do this. I've seen people do this with all types of logos, Chevy logos, Harley Davidson, hunting, gamer, dance, whatever. Okay, so if you've got a certain type of logo you want to try to use that with, that's great. Okay, so we've got patterns, or we could build something with our letters. Okay, let's go to style number 3. This one's one of my favorites. Using items to build my letters. This is a sports theme. Now, you don't have to pick a theme. This is just one we did as an example in class one year. I'm a musician, so if this was me, I would be using, guitars, basses, drums, drumsticks, music notes, piano keys, microphones, things like that to build my letters. But this one's pretty self-explanatory. Sports theme, a ball and a bat. All right, made my P. Basketball, 2 pull sticks and a rack. Some tennis balls for the letter E, and a couple golf clubs for L's. You could. The possibilities are pretty endless on this one. Okay. And then we'll go with the last one. We'll go with what I kind of call a hidden picture, or maybe your letters are just somehow part of the picture. Okay. So I've just got the basic scene. We've got an apple tree, sidewalk, grass, clouds, sky, what have you. My letters of my name are the apples from the tree. Okay. I had a young lady do this drawing a couple years ago. Did one. It was a cloudy sky, and her letters were the clouds in the sky. Okay, I've seen some. I saw a young man do this one time, and it was neat. He did a scoreboard at a basketball game, and his letters, his name, made up all the different scores and fouls and time and whatnot. So you can go either way. Okay, so that gave us 4. All right, we've got our picture where our letters are just part of it. We can build something or use things to build our name. Okay. Like I said, I use the musician one. That's how I would go about this, or an art one with paintbrushes and whatnot. Okay? We've got where we're building a shape out of our name. Great one. And the first one we started with was the patterns. Now remember, maybe if you can kind of come up with your idea, especially if you're very limited on resources on what to draw on, maybe kind of work this out in your head a little bit before you go to drawing on this. Right now, I don't want you to worry about how we're turning this in. Video I will go over probably Thursday of this week. I will send out. Right now, I just want you to worry about the artwork. Okay, I want you to worry about getting this drawing down. Don't worry about if it's black or white or whatnot. We're going to talk about that. We're going to use some programs maybe to put these in to add color. So you got 4 different ways. If you can't figure out one, take one of those ideas, make it your own, go with it. Okay. The number 1 rule of this whole thing is to be creative. Not everyone's a great artist. but everyone can work hard on it and everyone can get better. Okay? Good luck.